Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the third and final game of this evening's triple bill. It's going to be the Skating Utes men's D2 team hosting the Utah Valley University Wolverines. We're here at the Salt Lake City Sports Complex. I'm Anita Tuchia here with my broadcast partner, Patrick McGann, and we're just about getting ready for starting lineups. The UVU Wolverines will be in their road greens with the chest stripe, white numerals, and green pants. And your Utah Utes will be in the white home jerseys with the red shoulders, black numerals, and black pants. They will be guarding the goal on your left. Starting for the Wolverines is number 10, Andrew Piper, number 19, Logan Hill, 22, Kyle Margetts, 95, Declan Clark, and 96, Jared Trost. And in goal for the Wolverines is number 32, Hunter Ray. Starting for Utah will be forward, Samuel Mudd, number 3, forward 13, Ethan Kurt, number 17, forward, Zeke Endy, and holding down the defense for Utah will be number 25, Jack Umina, and number 26, Bryce Whittier. Guarding the net for Utah is going to be number 32, Patrick O'Donnell. And we're going to wrap up here with announcing the starting lineups here, and then we'll take a brief pause for the national anthem. And we will be right back. And we are back and getting ready for that first puck drop. And so it's going to be a great in-state rivalry between the UVU Wolverines and your Utah Utes. They've already met twice this season. Back in November, Utah went to Provo and they won 4-7. And then again, they played back in November here in Salt Lake, and Utah again came out on top 4-2. So neither game was a blowout. Should be an exciting match. And right now, the poor D2 teams, they've been really hampered by the pandemic gremlins. So they had 2 series already postponed that were supposed to happen in January. They're supposed to go to Washington, and that one got postponed. And then they were supposed to have USC was supposed to come here, and that was also postponed. So Utah has not been in a game for over 2 months, and we are off. Utah ends up with the puck in their own zone. Whittier sends it up to Kurt. And we're still fighting for the puck here in the zone. And Utah finally does clear it out, but then UVU picks it up, skates back in, and that would be number 42. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to look up who 42 is. I apologize for a second. They've had some jersey numbers here that I don't recognize, and they are not listed on the roster. I apologize for that. All right, so we're going to have a face-off just to the right of McDonald in the Ute zone, 1934 in the first period. We are just barely underway. And Osola picks it up, and he loses the handle on it. He goes into the corner trying to fight for it. Conti goes in there and sends it around the back. Up to Yumina. Up to Topfest. Topfest sends it up, but then UVU picks it off, tries to bring it back. Yumina fighting for it along the boards with Keston of UVU. Oh, and boy, Conti and number 76, that is Keston of UVU, go down in a pile, but no penalty. Whittier takes the puck, swings it around behind his own net, starts to play, he starts to break out, and they send it up to Yumina. He's wide open. Oh, and he loses the handle on it. He's centering pass to Whittier, who tries to knock it in, but it gets deflected by the goalie, who is Hunter Ray. I believe Hunter Ray has not been the regular goalie for UVU. That's been Devin Bain all season, so he's a new face for me. And here comes Utah. Oh, nice chance there. Looks like by number 12, that would be Kite. Gets deflected wide. UVU picks it up behind their own net, and then Kite manages to swing around. He goes for a little wraparound. It gets poked out by defender. Tomacek passes it up to Stevenson, who tries a centering pass, and Ray breaks that up. And finally, UVU managed to clear the puck out of the zone, but they put a little too much mustard on it, and ends up all the way into icing, and we're going to come back into their zone. They're going to have a face-off. Let's hope that Utah can shake the cobwebs off. 2 months without a game is a long, long time to not actually have game time.
Last game was against Brigham Young University here in Salt Lake.
December, right? Like early December.
4th.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. All right, puck comes up in the Utah zone. Sheridan's back there to pick it up. He skates along the boards. He sends it back to Tomacek. Tomacek gets the play going. Tries to cross pass all the way over the other side, and it looks like that is Stevenson. He carries across the blue line himself. He tries for centering pass, but there's a UVU player. That looks like Gurka waiting for him, so he sends it back out. Oh, big hit down here in front between Kite and who is that? Number 11. That is, I'm not really sure. Sorry about that. And a shot from the top of the high slot there by number 2 of UVU. That's Kyle Margetts. And UVU still maintains control in the Utah zone. Puck's kind of bouncing around behind the net and finally gets cleared out. Not quite cleared out in the corner. Still fighting for it in the corner. Still fighting for the corner. Finally, Brown picks it up. He tries to skate it around, send it up the boards. It bounces out. Weird bounce. Bounced right out in front of the net. Brown loses sight of it, but the puck ends up out of the zone. Kite's trying to fight for it. Logan Hill, who's always a dangerous scoring presence for the UVU, gets a hold of it, but then he coughs it up, and here comes Zeke Endy skating down. And he loses the puck. Puck stays in the zone, though. Kurt's down there chasing after Hill to try and keep it in. Whittier's like backing up now because UVU brings the puck up through the neutral zone. Hit between Mudd and Keston right here in front of us. Puck ends up back in UVU zone, and here comes Indy again. Oh, sorry, Kurt goes for a shot. Mudd sends it along to Kurt behind the net. Kurt loses it behind the net. UVU managed to clear it out along the boards. Kurt's trying to keep it in, fighting for it along the boards. Still fighting for it along boards, and UVU finally does manage to tip it up, out. Whittier picks it up in his own zone. Tries to send something in, he sends it in deep. Mudd tries to get a piece of it. UVU regains control in their own zone, and Kurt's there to send it back in. Fast-moving game here for our men's D2 action. 15 minutes, 47 seconds left in the period. And here comes Indy to Kurt. Oh, it was a one-timer, but it looks like he didn't quite get all that he wanted on it. And so Ray just smothers it, and we will have a face-off to his left, and Utah's going to go for a line change. So Connie's going to go step in and take the face-off for the Utes.
Utah Valley coming off of a loss at Boise State.
Ah, they went to Boise State, that's right.
Last weekend they were in Boise, so they've already had a couple of games so far, and this...
Well, UVU has been very good with their scheduling. They've had a lot of games, or over 20, I believe,
Their
games.
current record is 9-17-0, so that's quite
a nice chunk of games.
Handful of games this team has already been able to play. And these two teams will meet again later on in the season, the 18th and 19th of February for a weekend series, and then
And I believe that'll be the last 2 games of the season for the D2 men in the regular season.
And then the days before that will be the Utah Cup.
That's right, and then they'll head down to Provo for the Utah Cup, which should be a really exciting contest.
Always a fun tournament.
Yeah, it's a fun tournament. All the Utah teams show up, and of course, we've said this over and over again. Utah has some very high quality hockey programs, all of them. Puck ends up in the Utah zone. Tomacek sends it around, back around the boards to Sheridan. Oh, Sheridan's trying to send a pass up. It gets broken up by a couple of UVU players, but it finally ends up going into the UVU zone. Piper picks it up, carries it around behind the net. He starts a breakout. He's looking for someone to pass to, but he kind of ends up passing behind his teammates. And so we end up with an icing because the puck gets ahead of everybody. So we have a face-off to Ray's right. Looks like that's going to be Stevenson. I'm sorry, that was Baxter who took the face-off, but puck ends up going skittering down into the Utah zone, and now Utah's got to try and play it out. Stevenson fighting for it. He manages to hand it off to Umina. Umina, gets a nice forwarding pass to Tretiak, and he's got a little room. He's got centering pass to Kite. And Kite loses the handle on the pass, and it gets away from him right into the waiting arms of Ray. So Utah looking pretty lively, I would say. No rust on them right now. And Tretiak's going to step in to take the face-off. The puck drop to the right of Ray. Linesman doing a good job in making sure Ray is ready for that. Utah controls. Puck ends up behind the net. Stevenson goes after it. Kite goes after it. Now we got Whittier in the mix, fighting for the puck along the boards, and it steers out. Umina picks it up, starts the play in his own zone, sends it up. Nice pass to neutral zone to Tretiak, who sends it to Whittier. And Tretiak picks it up again. He carries across the blue line, skates through the circle, centering pass to Stevenson. It goes through. Stevenson got a little tied up, wasn't able to get a blade on that. Puck comes back. Here comes UVU, and that's number 9, Brandon Stewart. And his shot goes wide. Utah scoops it up. Umina looking for someone, looking to start something in the neutral zone. He's getting a little bit hampered by 2 players. Whittier goes in there, and he gets pushed in the back. So we're going to have a cross-checking 2 minutes against the UVU player. And it looks like that 76 is going to be Tyler Keston's going to sit for 2 minutes.
And Utah without one of their better players, Nick Modé, in tonight's contest.
Yeah, not sure where he is.
You'll see number 17.
You'll see his jersey.
You'll see his jersey, and that'll be worn by Ezekiel Undy.
Yeah, so that's going to be worn by Zeke Endy tonight. And Modé is frequently a line mate of Endy. So poor Zeke, I think, is going to be missing his line mate. Because they are a potent scoring force, the 2 of them.
And I don't even know, has Endy had his own jersey yet this year?
Endy has not worn his own jersey. He does this to me every game. I have to try and guess, like, what number he's wearing, what jersey. And we kind of had a laugh with this. I think it was his father came by and saying, he's just having a really good time because he's getting to play, and he's playing very well.
Having a good season for himself.
He's playing very, very well. In fact, if you're superstitious, perhaps you don't want to wear, your assigned jersey as long as you can score points. All right, so we're going to have face-off now here in the UVU zone. And Conti's going to be taking that for Utah. And Utah controls. Umina sends it up to Osola. And Osola sends a nice centering pass to Sheridan, who doesn't quite get as much blade as he wanted to it, so it ends up behind the net. He digs it back up along the boards, tries to send it back along in the corner. And he sends it to Toutfest. Over Toutfest's head to Osola. Nice to see Toutfest in the lineup, too. Toutfest always provides some good physical play, and he's a good defender. And Umina, another centering pass goes all the way through. Nobody able to put a blade on it. And the puck ends up behind the net. Umina is going to try and keep it in. And gets turned around a little bit. Peterson, he fighting for it, and the puck does trickle out. And so Sheridan's got to go retrieve it. O'Donnell helps him out a little bit. Sheridan picks it up, and meanwhile, both teams go for a line change. Puck comes up. And Trediak actually tries to get a piece of it, but then it gets poked by Fisher all the way back into the Utah zone. So Sheridan's going to start it over again. He passes off to Kurt, who sends it up to Mudd, and Mudd carries it across the line himself. He skates right in towards the goal. No point in, otherwise might as well hang on to it because nobody's stopping him. Ray makes the save, holds on to it. We're going to have a face-off to his left. Trediak's going to take the face-off for Utah, and he's going to face Trevor Fisher, another one of the good players for UVU. UVU controls, and they manage to clear the puck out of the zone. Brown goes and chases for it in his own zone, carries it behind the net. He's being pursued. Looks like there by Mick Guthrie, chasing after him. And then he finally does manage to get around number 24, Trevor Fisher, and he sends a nice pass up to Mudd. Oh, and a little bit of miscommunication. The puck ends up bouncing off of Trediak's skates and ends up all the way at the other end of the rink. Okay, Brown starts it again. He's getting pursued, and then we have a penalty. It looks like it's going to be interference, and I think that's going to be on UVU.
Looks like it's against Utah.
Oh, my mistake. It's going to be against Utah, and that is going to be Sam Mudd who's going to the box, and he doesn't understand what happened, like where the call came from. But nonetheless, Mr. Mudd is going to get a 2-minute break.
Hunter Ray, the goaltender for UVU.
Can you look up any numbers for me?
He doesn't look like he's the primary starter. He's played 5 games so far this season.
Oh, he has played 5 games.
2 losses. 181 minutes, 16 goals against, 530 goals against average, and an 861 save percentage.
Right. Oh, no. Hard shot there by, that's number, looks like that was number 16, I believe, and the rebound came out, and O'Donnell kind of lost it for a minute, and in it went, I'm not sure who got the final deflection. We're going to have to take a look, and 16, who I don't have on my roster, I don't have his name on my roster, had the initial shot, but the deflection that went in, let's see who that was. Hopefully Patrick will help me out when the scoreboard updates.
Yeah, power play goal, and
at 10:56, we have, yes, UVU capitalizes on the power play goal at 10:56. They get on the board first, 1-0 UVU. And UVU controls the center puck drop. Did he say 24? That would be Trevor Fisher.
Looks like it was number 24 on the goal. For
Trevor Fisher, and he is, I believe, is one of UVU's top scorers. He's up there, maybe not the top 5, but he is also somebody that gets goals in there for UVU. And the puck bounces down into the Utah zone. Brown picks it up. Almost gets the picks off, but he managed to evade his defender. And Kurt fighting for the puck there along the boards. Now we got Brown in there fighting for the puck, and it finally squirts out and ends up behind the net, Utah's net. Stevenson, Carpenter's down there chasing it. He finally manages to get it. Zeke Endy picks it up, but he kind of loses the handle on it, and UVU managed to take the puck, and bad pass, back pass to Peterson. Peterson loses the handle on it. Puck actually ends up out of the zone, so UVU has to come all the way out, and then they send it back in. It's like starting over. Brown's got it there behind the net. He's being checked hard by number 22, and that 92. I'm sorry, that's Orem. Puck ends up along the boards. Osola managed to send it all the way across to Conti, who just barely can't quite get to it. And here comes UVU on their break. They come in hard. Guthrie, Orem in the corner. Puck finally ends up in the far side in the corner. Peterson tries to send it back around, but Whittier's there to cut it off, and he starts something. He sends it up to Osola, who sends it up to Conti. Nice pass. Oh, and Whittier takes it himself. He goes across over to Toutfest, tries another cross pass to Conti, and it gets broken up. Puck comes out of the zone. Utah starts it over. Osola crosses in. He tries to give a quick little pass to Toutfest. That gets broken up. And the puck ends up all the way into the Utah zone for icing.
On the ACHA score sheet we have pulled up here, the live scoring, it looks like it was Tyler Keston on the goal for.
Oh, Tyler Keston. I'm sorry, Tyler. So that would be Tyler Keston, number 76, gets the goal.
Assisted by Jared Trost, number 92. And on the power play for UVU, and they take the ever important 1-goal lead to start tonight's contest off.
And here comes Stevenson with a chance. Defended by Ray. Net goes off his mooring. Ray's actually managed to pull it back in, so the play continues. Stevenson fighting hard for that, and we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be hooking, and I suspect this time it's going to be on UVU because Stevenson's the one who went down, and I was right this time.
UVU penalty being called. Looks like it's going to be number 7 for the Wolverines.
Yep, looks like that would be Peterson's going to sit for 2 minutes for hooking. Utah's going into the power play. This would be a good scoring opportunity for them. Conti looks like he's going to be there to take the puck drop. And he's got Osola, Umina, Whittier, and on the far side, that looks like Toutfest. And UVU does manage to clear the puck into the Utah zone. And they're just sending it back in, killing the clock, which is what you should be doing if you're trying to kill a penalty and you're shorthanded. Utah's starting something here. Whittier gets it on the left side. Oh, and he just misses. Oh, it gets loose and it kind of crosses in, but then it ends up getting sent back out, and so Utah has to come back out and regroup. Umina starts it again. He crosses himself across the blue line, skates across the middle. Nice little pass to Whittier. Oh, a little behind him though. Umina keeps it in. Oh, and it bounces off a UVU skate, and now it's Umina and number 24 who gets checked. Oh boy, here we go. I think that was Connie, right, who laid that check on him?
Yeah, Connie's check after the whistle. That's going to be a problem. He might get tossed for that one, but.
And it was it was a tough
That
hit.
all actually started because there should have been a slash called on UVU, and then Utah got frustrated.
Yep.
So
That's
I'm not sure what the official
avoid.
penalty will be on for UVU. It looks like number 16.
So they did call the slashing.
So the slash looks like it will be called on Jared Trost if that's the call. I'm not sure if he's going to go in for something else. Conti's going in for something here. Peterson already in the box there for UVU, but.
And we've got 2 Utah players going in the box. So one of them is going to be Conti, the other one's Whittier.
I wouldn't be surprised if they toss Conti. The referee's hand went up right away.
Yeah, and this wasn't just like, pushing and shoving. He just really laid into him after the whistle, unfortunately.
So referee's talking this one over, as you can see, in front of the scorer's table.
Yeah, and it's never a good thing if they're having a long discussion, because that usually means what they're talking about is the severity of the penalty that's going to be assessed.
Right, and the referee is explaining to.
That's Osola, who's one of our, I believe Osola's one of our alternate.
Yeah, and Conti's
captains.
going to go. Looks
Yeah.
like Conti's going to go. The official going to talk to Kai Conti.
I think he held up. Do you see 2 sets of 5? I think he held up 2 sets of 5.
I'm not sure.
He didn't toss him.
I'm really
Now he's
surprised.
still in the box.
Yeah.
This is very confusing. I guess we're going to just have to wait for it to start out. Now, right now, we've got number 7, Peterson of UVU in the box. He's got 1 minute, 10 seconds left. We've got Whittier in the box. He's just starting his 2 minutes. And we've got Kai Conti in the box. And right now, the scoreboard shows 2 minutes, but I suspect, as Patrick has mentioned, it's probably actually longer than that. Maybe not. I guess we'll find out. Just have to wait for this all to get sorted out.
Moment to, get this all sorted out. And so we get ready to drop the puck here, and it's
and I should point out that this is very much true, Patrick. One of the things that this young team needs to be careful about is losing their composure when they get frustrated.
Right. That's
we see how well the D1 team handles it, and it's really important. D2 team is also a lot of freshmen, very young team, and they really need to keep their cool in situations like this. All right, so Zeke Endy's facing off against Logan Hill, and Utah comes up with it.
So it'll be a rough on Whittier, a slash on Conti, and a rough on Trost.
All right. Andy carries it across the blue line. He's got speed and wheels. And he runs into a pack, and Sheridan manages to poke it loose and keep it in the UVU zone, which is good. Kurt goes back there to go chase after it. UVU ends up with it. They start to skate it up. That looks like Logan Hill. It is Logan Hill, and he makes a shot right on goal. Ooh, and O'Donnell really lets that rebound get right out in front of him. He got really lucky on that one. That could have been bad news. Fortunately, Utah picks it up. That looks like Tomczyk sends it up to Endy, who sends it up to Kurt, and Kurt's got him and just a single defender. He's also got Endy there, and instead of side pass, he throws it at the net, but it goes wide. Here comes Gurka the other way for UVU, and he does the same thing, but nice save by O'Donnell.
Kurt on that.
Oh, Piper, I'm sorry. That's number 10 Piper, not Gurka. Sorry.
On that chance right there, did a good job trying to sell that pass. He was looking left the entire time, but then just ripped a shot on goal.
And unfortunately, yeah, it did go wide. And Kurt's got another chance, except he's got a little bit more traffic this time. Oh, and this time right on the pads, and Ray's really just got a jump on it. So one thing that's very encouraging is I'm seeing in the Utes is a lot more connecting passes now. Better passing, plays are looking a lot more solid. They're actually carrying the puck from their defense through the neutral zone and into the scoring opportunities, which is really nice to see. All right, Osola's going to take the face-off in the UVU zone. And Peterson comes up with it. Oh, I'm sorry, Keston comes up with it. He carries it across himself. He tries for a centering pass to Guthrie, and it gets tipped and hits the glass. UVU keeps it in, though, still keeping it in. And Mudd scoops it up, and now he's going to try and start something across through the neutral zone. He crosses the blue line. He doesn't really have a lot of help, so he goes and shoves it in, but it hits somebody in the skate. That would be 24, Trevor Fisher, who starts the play the other way. Here comes Guthrie across the blue line. He drops the pass to Fisher. Fisher drops the pass to number 27, that's Noah Finger. And we've got a penalty coming up.
Looks like it might be against Utah. The Utah Valley bench was getting a little rowdy over there.
Looks like it's Sam Mudd who's going to join. In an already crowded box, we've got Connie in there. We've got Whittier in there. And now Sam Mudd joins the party. Now Conti has 5 seconds left on his penalty. And I'm not sure how much time Whittier's got. And I'm almost wondering, is Whittier sitting in maybe for our goalie? Because his time is not actually on the board.
So those are going to be the 5-minute penalties.
Oh, those are the 5-minute penalties between the two. That's right, those two, Whittier and our other UVU player. Is that Trost? I think it was Trost.
That'll be a charge, though, called against Utah.
Okay.
And they will go to the 5-on-4 penalty kill.
Right, and Conti is now out of the box. And oh, we got a souvenir. Puck ends up over the glass. So the offsetting penalties are now finished. The players leave the box, and now the only person left is Mudd in the Utah box with 1:45 left in his penalty, 5 minutes, 31 seconds left in the period. UVU leading Utah 1-0. Connie takes the face-off just outside the blue line. UVU ends up with it. Peterson sends it in deep into the Utah zone, and then Utah sends it all the way to the other end because, of course, they are still trying to kill the penalty. Piper scoops up, sends it around the net, or sends it around the back of the boards. UVU trying to start something, and Troust picks it up and sends it back. Logan Hill's got it there in the corner. He's going tussling with Tomczyk, and it squirts out, and Toutfest clears his own. Good job by Toutfest.
And the Utah Valley power play looking pretty good on the season, 38%.
Ooh, okay.
Not too bad for the Wolverines as they look to try and add on to that tally.
All right, well,
to go.
Here comes Guthrie. He sends it in deep. Logan Hill chases into the corner. Still fighting for it back there by the net. Tomczyk's back there, checking him hard. Still fighting for it. Now it looks like it's 27 of UVU. He's got it. That would be Noah Finger. He's trying for centering pass. Tomczyk breaks that up. Trediak goes in there and breaks it up, manages to poke the puck out of the zone. So UVU's got to come out and try and start. Oh, and then he coughs up the puck and Kite sends it in, but Trediak was already on his way out, so misses that opportunity. And the puck ends up in the neutral zone. And it gets sent in deep by Carpenter. And UVU regroups. Keston has the puck. In the circle, centering pass to Guthrie. Nice save by O'Donnell. Finger picks it up, but he's unable to keep it in the zone, and so UVU's got to come back out. Meanwhile, Zeke Indy goes in to pick it up, and Sam Mudd is now a free man. He comes out of the penalty box just in time to get a pass. He crosses the blue line on the left side. He skates it in towards the goal, right into the chest protector of Ray. Bounces back out. UVU controls, and they manage to clear it out, but they send it a little too far. That could be icing. Oh no, icing waved off. So Orem's back in there for UVU, and finally Brown picks it up behind his own net. A little bit more of a scramble. Oh, and the puck bounces in front. That was a little bit scary. Fisher almost had a chance at it. Guthrie pokes at it. Orem has it now. He tries for a centering pass. He gives it to Fisher. Puck still in control. UVU still controlling the puck in the Utah zone. Oh, and a centering pass goes all the way through, but Margits keeps it in, and oh my goodness, it bounces out in front. Shot there by number 7, Peterson, and O'Donnell managed to deflect that one. I don't know how he saw that one. Got a little bit of a scrum behind the net, and the puck finally leaves the Utah zone. UVU's got to come out and regroup. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left in the period. I think the shot count's pretty even, right, between the two teams?
9-8 so far.
All right.
Utah leading that shot count.
Oh, and here's a chance. Kurt going in hard, and he gets hauled down. Utah trying to regroup and start something in the neutral zone. Umina to Toutfest. Oh, and Toutfest ends up colliding with Fisher, and Fisher goes down. Umina ends up with the puck. And he skates it across the blue line. And it looks like it might have been offsides. I think Toutfest might have gone in ahead of him. So, face off outside the circle. 2 minutes. 2 seconds left in the period. It's been a pretty exciting game back and forth.
So far, a pretty close game between both these two teams. As we had mentioned, Utah winning the previous 2 meetings with this team, with Utah Valley. And Utah Valley obviously trying to beat in-state rival Utah. It'll be the first time this season.
And Toutfest with a tip, goes off somebody's shin pad, ends up in the corner. Toutfest goes and retrieves his own puck, but then it gets poked out, and UVU grabs it. Now, Umina's got it. He tries to send it up Toutfest, but it gets poked loose, and again, puck's bouncing around. Oh, big collision here between May and Conti, and then Conti gets hit from behind by Page. And we've got a penalty coming up. Yeah. So Page, for that hit from behind, is going to go sit for 2 minutes. And that means Utah will go on the power play. This would be a nice chance to convert that into a power play goal. Looks like power play squad is going to be Trediak, Mudd, Endy, Kurt, and on the far side, Brown. I'm sorry, Carpenter. Sorry, it was 21, not 11. All right. And Endy's looking to, he sends it across. Oh, to Kurt, who gets a little tied up. And he's got a chance in the high slot. Have a little trouble handling it. He sends it to Carpenter. Carpenter sends it back out. And skating around, Trediak to Endy. Rister goes off somebody's shin pad, ends up in the corner. Kurt scoops it up. Minute and a half left in the penalty, and Utah power play, UVU penalty. Carpenter to Kurt, and he gets past him, and Utah has to come back out to the neutral zone to regroup. Andy skates it across. He sends it in off somebody's skate blade into the corner. All the way across to Trediak, who sends across to Kurt, who tries to one-time it, doesn't quite get enough blade on it. Andy skates off. It's time for him to get a change. Kurt skates around, high slot, sends it in. And Trediak was right there for the deflection, but puck didn't get through all those bodies, so it ends up bouncing down all the way into the Utah zone. Kurt to Whittier, who sends it into the zone, but UVU's right there to pick it up. Finger sends it out, clears the zone. Here comes Andy again. He crossed the blue line. He's got to skate through a few bodies, though. Yumina sends it all the way across to Whittier.
Got one last shot left.
In the power play. Oh, in the period. All right, and the period ends. UVU heads to the locker room ahead of Utah, 1-0. We still have 22 seconds left in the penalties, so we'll start the second period. Utah will be down a man for 22 seconds. Pretty exciting game.
Pretty evenly matched so far. Definitely a game that Utah is not out of. They're going to go to the locker room down one, obviously, but you know what? They're going to make some adjustments and come back. Utah Valley coming out with some energy and some fire on visiting ice tonight. You know, it's always important to win these in-state games, and Utah, I think they got to move the puck a little bit better, and I think, you know, the passing is on point, but just, you know, the specifics, you know, there was a couple of one-time passes. Kurt there at the end, you know, mishandled that one-time opportunity, and, you know, it was a weird angle, but still, you know, that's a shot that's got to be on net.
And the other thing to point out is we are missing two key players in the Utah, especially the scoring aspect, which is Andrew Urch and Nick Made.
Urch, yeah,
Neither one of them is dressed for tonight's game.
Urch, part of the leadership on this team, and he really, you know, I talked to him after the men's one game last night. He was in attendance, and he was just talking about how he's really upset how he couldn't play. I mean, you won't find a player who loves the game more than Urch. I mean, he really was upset that he couldn't play. He's hoping to get back on the ice for the Utah Valley Series later in the year in the Utah Cup, but he's a key player that Utah's missing, definitely. Him and Made as well. I mean, you're literally missing two of your best players, and, you know. And I think they are Andy's normal line mates as well. Right, so it's really tough when you're playing without, you know, your line mates. The chemistry might not all be there. You know, it is a team, and the moral chemistry should be there, but, you know, the line chemistry is a whole different thing. You know, it really has nothing to do with moral chemistry. It has to do with the way these guys play the game. And so, you know what, a lot of shortcomings for Utah to overcome, but you know what, they're down to Utah Valley 1-0 right now, and there's 40 minutes left to play. Plenty of time to come back. Plenty of time. And we will be back for the second period very shortly.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the hope.
Welcome to game day fun.
Anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear.
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
Welcome to world-class research.
Welcome to the arts.
Welcome to real-world experiences.
We can go to that bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Of love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water.
Welcome to new friends.
We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab and walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and grab and walk and see.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
Hello! I tell you what, I'm just going to put you on speaker. All right, a little about me. I'm a bit of a phenomenal skier, so I want to take my family on a vacay, which is short for vacation. Hope you don't mind the abbreviations. I'm just short of time today, so I need to sort of hurry things along. Just a few simple questions for you. They call Salt Lake Ski City, but you do ski in the mountains, right? I'm just picturing myself skiing down the sidewalk there next to the shops. Knowing my luck, I'll do one of my big flips and end up in the traffic. So I don't want that to be the case. Look, I've got to go. You're really keeping me here. Although I will say, I'm going to see your Utah Jazz play a basketball game. And I've heard there's a couple of Australians in the team. So here's my question. Are they causing you any trouble? I just had a thought. The average snowfall near Salt Lake is 500 inches. If I was to utilise all of that to build a giant snow person, would that be majestic or a bit scary? Oh, hey, listen, just quietly. I'm a big family guy. You know that, I've told you that. But after a few days with them, I'm going to need a drink. That's legal, right? Shh. I hear Utah has the youngest population of any state. So if I was to head down to one of your hot rockin' clubs or a social event, would there be a youth person in there that might be able to explain Snapchat to me? My kids just won't do it. Now, I've heard there's a bit of a Sharks versus Jets rivalry between the skiers and the snowboarders. And if I made that movie, would you watch it? Oh, when was your last Yeti sighting? Are you getting all this, by the way? I'm assuming you can rewind. The Utah state bird is a California gull. I mean, even you've got to admit that is confusing. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, but still I thought I'd bring it up. Now, your Ski City Super Pass, I take it that's part of the Marvel Universe. If I get that, will people call me the Winter Soldier Man? I really wish you could see this. All right, well, this will be costing me, so I better go. Thanks for everything. Bye.
This is Beth from the Salt Lake Visitor Center calling you back to answer your questions. First off, yes, you can absolutely drink here. We'd prefer if you ski in the mountains, and I'm happy to call you Winter Soldier.
My name is Marguerite Van Komen, and I'm a snowbird ski patrolman. My dog's name is Frank. What a good boy, huh? What a good boy you are. I start every morning waking up and having breakfast with the dog, and then we finish every day having dinner together, but everything in the middle changes. We train them using their own instincts, so instead of hunt for dinner, they're hunting for humans. A lot of thought goes into choosing these dogs. Number one, they've got to be able to handle the cold. Number two, they got to be pretty hardy. And three, we're looking for very high drive dogs. The dog that is gonna chew your sofa up at home, we want that dog. The people, the mountain at Snowbird, it's just special. And everything you wanna do is here in Salt Lake. Get off the plane, grab your gear from the luggage cart, and within 30 to 45 minutes, you're up here and skiing on snow. You know, Salt Lake is super unique. We have 4 full seasons. So you can come up, ski all morning till the snow gets a little too smushy, and then you go and hit 18 at the golf course at the bottom of the mouth, and then you can go out for a wonderful dinner and see theater. It's amazing how much you can fit into your day. And not only do we have everything that you want to do, but we have great people to do it with. Everyone wants to be outdoors, happy, and go and play. Every day is different, and I love that. I love showing up to work and going, what is on the plate today? Snowbird is my family, and Salt Lake is my home, and Frank is a great part of that. My name is Marguerite Van Komen. I'm a Snowbird ski patrolman, and I am Salt Lake.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the hope
Welcome to game day fun.
anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Sea of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
our names, calling out our names.
Welcome to world-class research.
We'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your
Welcome to the art.
have no trip. We are tough as nails. Come on, this is our land.
Welcome to real world experiences.
We can go to that bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water.
Welcome to new friends.
We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab and walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and grab and walk and see.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the hope
Welcome to Game Day Fun.
Anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Sea of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
our names, calling out our names.
Welcome to world-class research.
We'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your
Welcome to the arts.
have no trip. We are tough as nails. Come on, this is our land.
Welcome to Real World Experiences.
We can go to that bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water.
Welcome to new
meets the
friends.
sun. We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab and walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and grab and walk and see.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
Hello! I tell you what, I'm just going to put you on speaker. All right, a little about me. I'm a bit of a phenomenal skier, so I want to take my family on a vacay, which is short for vacation. Hope you don't mind the abbreviations. I'm just short of time today, so I need to sort of hurry things along. Just a few simple questions for you. They call Salt Lake Ski City, but you do ski in the mountains, right? I'm just picturing myself skiing down the sidewalk there next to the shops. Knowing my luck, I'll do one of my big flips and end up in the traffic. So I don't want that to be the case. Look, I've got to go. You're really keeping me here. Although I will say, I'm going to see your Utah
Not
Jazz.
be at some sort of insurmountable mountain to face.
Yeah, I agree. I think this Utah team has enough grit and enough fight and enough will. I mean, they haven't played in so long, like we were saying, and obviously, like shaking the rust out is something we always talk about. But to be honest with you, it really has a lot to do with not playing. They want to be playing. They don't.
Right.
They don't
Yeah,
like
this
to.
wasn't my choice that they were
Right.
sitting around twiddling their thumbs. All right, Utah controls that center faceoff. Connie with a quick wrister in there, gets deflected and goes wide. Osola picks it up. He sends it in. Oh, nice centering pass there. And boy, Ray lost that puck for a minute. And I thought maybe we had a chance with a brand new freshly cut ice. That puck might kind of like slide in there, but no such luck. Gonna have a face-off. I believe that's gonna be to Ray's right. Connie facing off against Troust. And UVU controls, and they send that puck all the way out. And Page dumps it in the Utah zone. Umina goes back there, picks it up. He works it out. Oh, and he kind of coughs it up there in dangerous territory there. That's Finger picks it up, and he's like got control of it. So UVU is now back to full strength. We're skating 5-on-5. And here comes Connie to Osola. Oh, to Toutfest. And Toutfest kind of loses it, bounces off his skates. So Connie scoops it up. He sends it back to Toutfest in the corner. And Osola's there, and Umina sends back in. Keston tries to clear the zone, can't quite do it. Logan Hill kind of loses sight of it, but he finally gets a hold of it. He sends it up to number 42, who crosses the line into Utah territory. He's got a guy there, 16, waiting, and that would have been Troust. He does flip that puck up towards the net, but O'Donnell's right there. He makes a save, and we're going to have a face-off to his left. Now, O'Donnell's also not had a lot of time because he had to take some time off before this long break we had because he had, I believe,
he injured himself at
he had
Arizona
an ankle
State. Yeah,
that was bugging him.
But at ASU last November, he made the trip because Landon Anderson could not, due to some school reasons, had some exams, so he couldn't make the first game. So he actually played after he actually got the start one of those nights, and he hurt himself.
Yes! And the puck, Kurt is right there to scoop the puck. Now
No goal.
Ray,
No
oh, no
goal on the play.
Okay.
Waved
Ray
off. It's
got,
going to be interference against Utah.
yeah, because Ray got pushed out of his crease, and he was laying off to the side of the goal going, wait a second, you can't clear me out of my crease. So the whistle blew before the puck went in, and that is no goal. And I suspect it's going to be a penalty on, yes, it's going to be interference against the goalie, so Sam Mudd is going to sit for 2 minutes. What a disappointment. It would have been a pretty goal, but the whole reason the net was so empty was because Ray had gotten pushed out of his own crease.
He pushed right out and slid almost all the way to the boards, but
yeah, he was way far away. And just to add insult to injury, the faceoff is going to be in the Utah zone. So it'll be Tretiak facing off against Troust. And UVU controls. And they send a quick wrister in there, but Tomacek clears it out. Good job by Tomacek blocking that. The penalty killing unit right now is Tomacek, Kite, Tretiak, and Sheridan are the 4 men defending Utah's goal. Sheridan's trying to clear it out. It bounced high in the air. UVU keeps it in. And they send a wrister from the point. That's Peterson. Nice save by O'Donnell, and Peterson gets another chance, but it goes wide. UVU still maintains control. We've got a UVU player down on the ice, and boy, he's not getting up right away. I did not see what happened.
The puck, well, something happened where he got hurt, and then the puck also hit him as he was
Oh, and that's
going
Logan
down.
Hill. That's a shame. Hopefully he's going to be okay because UVU really needs him in the play. But boy, he went down like a tree.
Yeah, Logan Hill, one of the top 5 scorers on this team, 22 points.
Very talented player.
15 goals, 7 assists in 26 games played. So he's a regular for the Wolverines, and
Yeah,
so they're hoping he'll be okay, and looks like he will be.
Yeah, he's going to take a breather, but he's not actually looking like he's going to the locker room or anything like that. So puck ends up all the way in there. Oh, Ray mishandles the puck. Oh, and Kite has missed his opportunity. UVU doing a really good. Oh, we're going to have
penalty. Something happened there. It was a hook against UVU. It looks like maybe on the goaltender.
Well, he got caught like he was trying to play the puck and he got caught because he mishandled the puck, and so maybe in desperation he hooked somebody to try and make sure to break up the play. But I don't see anybody going in the box yet, because of course it'll be a UVU skater who's going to sit for. Yeah, here he comes. He's going to sit. That's going to be Guthrie. He's going to sit for Ray. So we still got a minute 13 left on Sam Mudd for Utah. Now we've got a 2-minute minor for UVU. So it's going to be 4-on-4 for a little over a minute, and then Utah will have an advantage for just a little bit under a minute.
So yeah, we'll be officially against the goaltender on UVU. It will be on Ray, which
he doesn't look too happy about that call.
That's like the first hook I think I've seen a goalie commit in a long time.
And not easy to do with the big, clumsy stick and the glove and all that.
You know, I think he's going to take it because he's not the one that has to go to the box. And also, smartly enough, though, I mean, Utah, he found himself out of position, right?
Yeah.
So Utah could have very well took that puck from him and scored on that empty net. And
yeah, because Kite was right there.
Well, the only way he was going to prevent that from happening is by hooking one of the Utah players. And so that's one of those situations where a penalty is not the worst thing to happen. That's maybe the most efficient thing that could have been done.
All right, so it looks like we got icing. We're going to come back into the UVU zone. Still skating 4-on-4 for 30 more seconds, and then Sam Mudd will come out. And it is Endy against Fisher in the faceoff circle, just to the right of Ray. And UVU controls the puck. Trying to clear it out of the zone, of course, and they do. And here comes Oren. He's going to go and try for a shorthander. Oh, sorry. A one-on-one with the goalie, not shorthanded. My mistake. Utah recovers in their zone. Umina sends it up to Andy. Andy's got a wide open space. Got nothing between him and the goalie. And, oh, nice shot. Nice glove saves. That was deflected by Ray. Ends up off the glass. And the puck actually hops out of the zone and back in. So, unfortunately, Utah is caught offsides. Going to have a face-off just outside the blue line. And they decide to go and have a line change. Why not? Good time for it.
So interestingly enough, On the Utah Valley roster here on the ACHA website, it lists 15 of their players as goalies.
I saw that. You know, that happened in the D1 men's game too. Colorado's got a whole bunch of kids who are goalies, and it screws up the stats because if you click on their stats during the game, it sends you to a goalie page, and of course, they've got nothing.
Right.
I don't know what's going on with the ACHA page, but I noticed that yesterday as well. I don't know if it's like an entry problem, like a roster entry problem, but anyway, yeah, they're all listed like half the team is like G.
Just looking at the goaltender for UVU is wearing a number 32, but his last name says Bain, but we have him as Ray.
Well, and I'm
on our
pretty sure
roster.
they announced it as, or it's pretty sure it's listed on the initial roster as Ray, like the scoreboard, today's game day scoreboard.
Right.
And it's a little tough because sometimes these jerseys will change, and we may not get that information until later.
Right. Wow, that play was.
Oh, and that's not going to be a penalty, even though I thought maybe Conti got hauled down from behind.
It was good defense from UVU there. The stretch pass ends up working out there for Utah. It gets to the stick of Conti, which is what you want, but he crosses the ice on that play, and that crosses the blue line on that play, and then you have the UVU defense coming and shutting that down right away.
And just one paltry second left in the penalty against UVU, so they're going to very shortly be up to full strength. Tretiak facing Fisher in the circle. And Utah controls. Kite tries to send in, but they lose the handle on. Here comes Fisher. He sends it up to his teammate, and that is Guthrie, who just popped out of the box just in time, centering past to Fisher, who misses on it. Puck still slipping around there. Peterson tries to send it. It bounces off somebody, and nice bounce for Stevenson, who picks it up. He skates it in. He shoots it right into the chest pad of Ray. He tries a wraparound, retrieves his own. Puck still bouncing around the crease. Finally ends up in the corner. A couple of good chances for Utah. And UVU, it's now their turn. Here comes Fisher right down the middle and across the blue line. He loses the puck. And we got players here fighting for it. Finally, Triniak picks it up. He sends it to Tomacek. Somebody lost a stick. We got a broken stick on that, so somebody's without a stick. And Stevenson tries to fight for it. He finally picks it up in his own zone, and I'm sorry, in the UVU zone. And then we got some big hits here along the boards with Kite and Keston. A lot of cheering from the crowd for that one. They got a front row seat to that action. And then Orem swings it around his own net. He starts to start something in the UVU zone. He managed to clear the zone up to his teammate, but they decide to go for a line change instead. Oh, then here comes, I take it back. Orem picks up his own pass. Oh, and a deflection in front. That was scary. Still fighting for the puck in the Utah zone. There's Tomczyk goes in the corner. Orem comes up with it, but then Carpenter comes up with it, and he starts something. He sends it. Oh, he sends it. He tried to send it across the Mud, but Mud wasn't sure where it was coming from, so he lost it. Now UVU starts over in their zone with Noah Finger, and he sends it in deep to Page. Page sends along behind the boards to number 42 on the UVU, and oh, nice break up there by Endy. Stops that centering pass. Here comes Sam Mudd. He's got a little chance, but he's got to skate through some guys. He does, across the blue line. Oh, and through the middle. Nice move. Andy picks it up, but runs out of ice and ends up in the corner. UVU finally clears the puck out of zone, and Brown of Utah picks it up, tries to start something, and here they come. Oh, that pass didn't go well. Brown loses it. 42 picks it up. He fights for it. He gets it in there. Here comes number 16. And oh my gosh, what a move. That was 16 Troust. He deked. He had O'Donnell going the wrong way, and he just slides it in near post. It is now 2-0. UVU leads Utah 13-18 in the second period.
That was a really nice move there by Jared Trost. I mean, he literally just left O'Donnell out to dry. There's nothing O'Donnell could do. You can't give Trost that much room in that sort of situation.
And he's also a newer name. I don't recall him before the break. I don't know how long he's been with the team, but
no matter who he is, that's his second point in tonight's
I
game.
know.
He's good for a goal and an assist tonight, and 2 penalty minutes. So he's having himself a little bit of the
game.
Night. He's definitely making sure that his name won't be left blank on any of the score sheets tonight.
All right, Utah picks it up. Ooh, and Connie loses the handle on it. Puck bounced around a little bit. Piper picks it up. And UVU starts something. They send it in deep. Yumina's got to chase it in his own zone, but it's a little bit too far ahead. It's going to be icing.
Just a little bit of a strategy analysis so far up to this point in the game as we're almost halfway through. I mean, Utah, it's not like they're light years behind Utah Valley. Utah Valley just looks a little bit cleaner right now. Their passes are going through. They're hitting the tapes of each other's sticks. I mean, Utah, they can't really get a clean play here or there like consistently, and that's got to change if Utah wants to get back in this game.
Absolutely, and I think Utah's defense is breaking down a little bit when things start getting a little bit like more than 1 or 2 shot attempts. Utah's defense is breaking down a little bit. All right, here comes Osola.
Nice.
He sends it all the way across. Nice try to Toutfest. Toutfest sends it out to Connie. Toutfest again in the corner, fighting for the puck, and he comes out. Osola comes out with it. And it squirts out all the way. Yumina's got to regroup. He sends it back in. Osola's going after it. Whittier kicks it in. But Hill of UVU picks it up, and then he sends it all the way across to Finger. Finger sends it up in the neutral zone, but it gets picked off by Yumina. Yumina sends it to Osola, who tries a nice little backhand, and Ray decides to hang on to it. And both teams go for a line change, 12:05 in the second period. UVU leading Utah 2-0, and I believe Utah is actually out shooting UVU in terms of shots on goal, but the shots that matter, unfortunately, are the 2 on the board for UVU.
Yeah, I'd say UVU's are a little bit more quality like shots than Utah so far in this game, but that obviously can change. We still have a lot of game left.
We have a lot of game left. Oh, and the pass goes all the way through. Carpenter picks it up, sends it around to Kite in the corner. He sends it back around behind the net to Tretiak. Gets poked loose. Kite's got to go retrieve it back in the corner again. And Brown takes a poke at it, but it gets by him, and here we go. Here comes May. He comes down the right side into the corner with Stevenson. Still fighting for the puck back there. Puck still ends up behind the net. Finally, Finger has it up on the point. He throws it in there, but hits the shin pads and bounces right back out. He carries it into the corner, back behind the net. Oh, and it's number 24. As he goes down, that's Fisher. He tries to center it. UVU tries to throw it back in, goes off some shin guard, ends up in the corner. Back to the point. Still in the Utah zone. Finger picks it up in his corner, sends it around the net again. Fisher picks it up on the other side. He sends a centering pass, and it was just out of the reach of Keston. He was trying to like poke it in there, but it's a little bit out of his reach. Finger sends it in. Oh, off the pipe and behind the net. May's got it now. He tries to send it out. From the circle, 24, that's Fisher with a really nice quick wrister, and O'Donnell ends up gloving it, and we're going to have a face-off to his right. And line changes for everyone.
As we mentioned, we already know what's up next for the Utah men's 2 team as they will play Utah Valley again later on this season. But Utah Valley, what's up next for them? Next Sunday, February 6th, they'll take on in-state rival Utah State, and then after that, there's nothing on the schedule, so I would assume that means their next games wouldn't be until the Utah Cup, and then playing here in Salt Lake one more time to close out the season.
Right, and that'll be in February. That was kind of a late add. So those of you who haven't checked the schedule lately, go check the website because those games were added just this month. And it really, they're reschedules due to some of the changes we have to make because of the postponements and cancellations due to COVID.
I mean, at this point, the Utah men's 2 team here has played so many in-state teams, they should be able to go out for pizza with everybody. I mean, they should all be friends at this point.
I don't know, sometimes those in-state rivals, you just get sick of each other.
I mean,
you
yeah.
just get sick of seeing each other.
So many, I mean, they gotta know each other on a first-name basis at this point.
Nice wrister by Indy, and Ray just traps it in the chest protector in the glove, and he hangs onto it. We're gonna have a face-off to his right. Yeah, the men's D2 team has just not had, Lady Luck has not been kind to them. A lot of their California games were just, torpedoed by basic, COVID.
Yeah, it's really,
COVID,
it stinks. They really had a good schedule put together. They would have gone to, they were at USC, they were at California, Berkeley, they were
Stanford.
at Washington, Stanford, all these games that they would have been able to travel to, and then obviously host some of those teams at home as well. But just unfortunate there for the Utes. And
It's like they played San Jose 4 times, I think, or maybe even more than
San
that.
Jose State is the only team Utah has played that's outside of the state of Utah.
All right, number 42.
On home ice, I should say, because they did go to Berkeley and San Jose State.
Right. Oh! O'Donnell got a little lucky there. He was trying to clear the puck off to the side. It kind of bounced up in front of him, got away from him, but then the referee blew the whistle because he lost sight of the puck. So kind of saved O'Donnell a little there because he wasn't expecting the puck to end up right in front of him. For the face-off, it's going to be Conti and Trost. Utah wins it, clears it out. Osola starts up with Doubtfest, but it's just outside of his reach, ends up in the corner. And Margits tries to clear it out and finally kind of pops out, but stays in the zone. Umina sends it a nice pass to Whittier, I believe it is, and from the circle, he puts it in. So Umina to Whittier, and in the net.
That's a snipe there from Whittier. I mean, wow.
That was a snipe.
Putting that puck on a zip line right to the back of the net. You don't see shots going quicker than that one. Nice rip there from Whittier. Utah's right back into this game. They only trail by 1.
It's a 1-goal game now. 9:17 left in the second period. Utah is not going down yet, folks. They are still in this, and they're in it to win. All right. Conti and Fisher at the center circle for the puck drop. And UVU trying to start something. Oh, and Guthrie gets a nice little one-timer there. And oh my God, he slammed into O'Donnell.
O'Donnell wasn't having any of that though.
O'Donnell basically turned him ahead. You know what, over Tea Kettle, but boy, I tell you, he slammed. He didn't even try and slow down when he ran into O'Donnell.
You know what? It's not a smart play for a goaltender to do that, but I want to see more of that. That's entertaining to watch. I'm sure hockey fans agree.
And fortunately, O'Donnell is still in one piece after all that.
Oh man, O'Donnell, he's a tough cookie. He, like I was saying, he played for the men's 1 team. He had a lot of great minutes for them.
And here comes Page. He's got a one-on-one with O'Donnell. O'Donnell, nice save by O'Donnell. Boy, Page tried to deke him. He tried to head fake him, and O'Donnell wasn't having any of it.
O'Donnell had a little bit of a hard time keeping that puck contained, but basically he made that mental decision of, I'm just going to literally throw my entire body on top of this little piece of rubber to make sure it doesn't go in the back of the net. He does so. He covers it up, keeps this game within 1 goal.
Yeah, and I've seen some of these kind of off bounces that aren't quite where he wants to go. I'm thinking that's due to the time off he's had, because that's a fine tuning. That's a fine tuning issue. All right, so puck stays in Utah zone. Bax tries to clear it out, and he does. Tredic picks it up, sends it across to Iba, IBA. And looks like Utah, unfortunately, gets a little ahead of themselves offsides. They're going to have a face-off just outside the blue line. 8:02 left in the period. And it looks like it's going to be Tredic facing off against Orem. Utah controls the drop. Brown sends it into the zone. Goes all the way around. Bax is there. Try and pick it up, but it squirts out. And now it's Tredic and Brown. Brown picks it up. And he's being tailed hard. And he gets actually muscled off the puck by that looks like number 91, who is, I'm not quite sure. Peterson sends it in, and it goes a little bit wide. And number 42 sends it in. Nice deflection by O'Donnell. Kesson tries to send it around. It gets deflected, though. It's still behind the net. Still back there behind the net. Now it ends up in the corner. Bax picks it up. He starts to carry it across. He sends it across. A little bit too far ahead for Iba, who's got to skate hard, but he's not going to be able to get to it first. Peterson sends it back around to his teammate. Still in the UVU zone. And oh my gosh, they cough it up, and Sam Mudd has a shot. Nice save by Ray. And now we've got, who's coming in hard? Somebody's coming in hard. UVU's coming, he tries to wrap around, and then Utah breaks that up. And here comes Utah now. They've got a chance. Andy skates it across the line. He goes for a shot that goes wide. Ray might have gotten a little piece of that. Kurt sends it back in along the boards. Skips around a little bit, and then UVU managed to clear the zone, so Utah has to come back out and start over. 6 minutes, 26 seconds left in the period, and that would be Piper tries to send it high along the glass, but he sends it a little too high. Ends up over the glass, so we're gonna have a face-off. And Andy's in there to take the face-off for Utah, facing off against Trost. And UVU managed to clear it out of their own zone. And oh my goodness, here comes Logan Hill. He's ahead there. And boy, Sheridan's fighting him every second of the way. Nice defense by Sheridan to slow down Logan Hill so he doesn't get a one-on-one with the goalie. Here comes Kurt now. He's got Andy. He skates it in down the right side, behind the net. Tries a centering pass, goes off someone's skate. Tomacek keeps it in. Kurt tries to keep it in, but it goes off another skate. And here comes Logan Hill again. He's gonna try for, and he goes down again. Still good to go. Oh, now we got another UVU player down. And I'm not sure, I didn't see what the whistle was for. Is that a penalty? Or is it offsides?
I believe it was offsides against Utah Valley.
Okay. All right, so Umina picks it up, tries to send along the boards. Osola sends it out to Conti. Puck ends up in the UVU zone. Toutfist's got it. He's skating it behind the net. Tries a reverse and a centering pass. Nice idea, but hits too many bodies, comes right back out. And it actually, good job, Osola keeping it in. But UVU ends up controlling it. Osola keeps it in again. And he skates it across the slot and takes a shot right off the face mask of Ray. Ends up in the corner. And
that comes off. It's more.
Okay.
Actually.
Well, I look like a hip check from Conti, but they look like a clean hip check. So I didn't see, that was in the corner. I didn't see what was going on in the crease because I was watching Conti and his man. I think we have an equipment.
It might have been Ray's helmet. As soon as the goalie's helmet comes off, the play is blown dead.
Right. And we do apologize if that is indeed Devin Bain in net, because he is wearing the jersey, but according to the roster we've got on the official scoreboard, this is Hunter Ray. So I do apologize if I'm calling you the wrong thing, but I'm not just being spacey.
some of the men's Division II resources for the ACHA a little bit sparse, and obviously you understand, but hopefully all jersey numbers have been updated to the ACHA website.
Yeah, and we do appreciate your patience with us, because I do try and go through the rosters ahead of time and figure out who everyone is, and sometimes I just get it wrong. All right, so we've got a little bit of scrumming around here, but nobody's going to the box, and we're going to have a face-off in the Utah zone. And puck's still kind of bouncing around loose. Nobody really controlling yet. Still bouncing around loose, and finally Utah controls. Kite picks it up, tries to skate it through, but he runs into traffic. And finally Brown sends it up to Stevenson. But Stevenson loses the handle on the puck. And Finger comes in. He goes for a shot. Nice save by O'Donnell. Puck ends up in the boards on the other side. Tredeck chasing after it. And unfortunately that is going to be a trip on Carpenter. It was that just as Patrick described, he went for a poke check. Unfortunately he got stick and no puck.
Yeah, I mean, that's just part of having the correct technique when you're going for a poke check or a stick check there. If you're not doing it at the right time and in the right position, if you're
and if you're too far behind the skater, you're not going to reach the puck.
Yeah, you gotta move your feet and get to the puck instead of playing the body there with your stick, and results in a power play for Utah Valley.
All right, so off the face-off, UVU does have one centering opportunity, but it goes all the way into the other corner, and now it's still stuck in the corner, and it finally does clear the zone. So UVU is going to have to come out and regroup. And Fingers sends it up to Hill. This is a dangerous play, and nice save by O'Donnell, who wisely decides to hang on to it. Yeah, you don't want to give Hill the chance to follow up on his own rebound, because he will put it in the net.
He's already a goal, not a goal scorer this evening, but one of the, as we mentioned before, one of the better players on this Utah Valley team who is a threat, and you got to make sure he's covered at all times.
That's right. Minute 39 left in the Utah penalty kill. UVU controls off the drop. Oh, but it dribbles out, and here comes Andy. He's the perfect position for him, but oh my gosh, he's getting hung up by Keston and unable to finish off his breakaway. Good D by Keston there to keep Andy from getting a one-on-one with the goalie.
Yeah, you can see the speed for each team really matches up with one another. You saw a couple of breakaways for UVU where the Utah defense was able to come back and put the chance to bed. You kind of see the same thing here with Utah Valley. Their defense able to keep up with the Utah forwards and get down there. The speeds really match up well tonight.
Nice little footwork there by Kurt. He tries to send it up to Mudd, but Fingers right there to break up that play. And Finger ends up with the puck in his zone, and he starts to break out from his end. He sends it up to Hill. Hills really doesn't have anybody to pass to. Now he does. Hill fighting for it with Mudd. Kurt ends up with it, and it's off to the races. It's Kurt all by himself against the goalie. Can he do it? Oh, nice centering. Nice cross pass to Mudd. Oh, dear.
And Kurt really upset with himself after that one. He had the right idea. He really did. He was trying to dish it for a one-time pass, but the pass just didn't work out as it went to the stick of Mudd, and he couldn't cash in. And Kurt really upset with himself after that one.
Well, and I think, again, this is one of those times when you can see the difference between the level of D2 and D1. They're having trouble handling the puck at such speed, whereas in the D1, that would be a tape-to-tape. But the D2, going that fast, just a little bit harder to actually have control of the puck. All right, so we've got Osola in there, facing off against Trost, and UVU comes up with it. Still 34 seconds left in the penalty against Utah. And looks like we've got icing, is that right? So 28 seconds left in the penalty kill for Utah. Right now we've got Osola, Tretiak, Whittier, and Umina on the penalty killing squad. Osola's gonna go in there and take the face-off, facing off against Trost. Osola comes up with it, but then it squirts out, and UVU controls. Fisher in there in the corner, he managed to finally get the puck out. He clears it out, so Whittier takes it in his own zone, and then he sends it back up, tries to start something. And UVU's having a little trouble clearing the zone there. The puck is just kind of bouncing around, and finally, oh, and Peterson gets it stripped from him, and Tretiak has a shot on goal. And Ray's got to cover that one up. A little bit of a broken play by UVU, and Tretiak just pounced on it. So line changes for both teams. Teams back to full strength. The penalty on Utah is now over, so we're now back to 5-on-5. Conti goes into the circle, facing Orem. And Utah comes up with a quick one-timer by by Carpenter. Oh, and Carpenter is not able to keep it in. Although it's kind of funny, I thought the UVU player touched it, so I'm not sure why they whistled offsides, but gonna have a face-off just outside the blue line. 2 minutes, 17 seconds left in the period, and UVU is still ahead of Utah by 1 goal, 2-1. And here they come. Guthrie tries to mishandles the puck, so he ends up pretty deep. May's got to go dig for it in the corner. And then Keston ends up with a chance, but he kind of loses the puck. He gets rolled around. Wow, and it just pops out of there. Nice save by O'Donnell, because that just came out of nowhere. 22, that is Margits gets off a shot. It hits some skates and comes back out. And Keston has it now on his own blue line, sends it across to Margetts. Margetts sends it ahead deep into the zone. Gets scooped up by Brown, and he's like trying to work his way back out of the zone, of course. He sends it out to Conti, who gets upended, kind of trips over the guy who was like in front of him. Keston controls. We got 1 minute, 26 seconds left. Ooh, big hit on the boards between Conti and Keston. And here comes Carpenter. He's looking for somebody. He sends it in deep. It wraps around, and Utah decides to take, this is a good time for a line change. And the puck ends up all the way into the other end. We're going to have icing. It looks like 42 actually deflected off of his body. He wasn't quite ready for that pass. So we're going to come back to the UVU zone. 1 minute, 6 seconds left in the period. Utah still out shooting UVU. If that scoreboard is right, looks like 28 shots on goal for Utah, 17 for UVU. Tomachek's got a chance. He sends it in to the corner to Kurt. Back to Tomachek. They're cycling now in. He's got it in the corner, and good job of cycling here. Tomachek. Oh, Tomachek's having a little trouble, but it squirts out. Kurt picks it up in the neutral zone, sends it across. Nice heads-up pass to Mudd, who tries to send to Andy, but Andy's got a little bit too much defense on him. Oh, big hit there right in front of the bench between Mudd and number 42. Kurt carries across the blue line himself. He's looking for somebody to pass. Oh, he gets by one defender, but he can't get by the second one. And here comes number 16, that is Trost. And then he loses the puck, up to Mudd. Mudd tries to send it up into the zone, gets sent back out. Here comes Logan Hill, and he goes in for a slapper just across the blue line, and O'Donnell's got to smother that one. Just 15 seconds left in the period. Going to be an interesting, I think, a locker room conversation with head coach Nick Cornelius. What do you think his advice is going to be for Utah at this point?
Keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Keep trying for these chances. You got to out-hustle UVU. That's how that 2-on-0 breakaway happened for the Utes. They almost cashed in and made it a 2-2 game. If you keep pushing, a chance like that will come up again. You never know. You can bury it the next time you get that one.
All right, UVU retains control off the faceoff, and Utah's trying to clear it out. Boy, it's a bit of a scramble here, and Tadfest gets a hold of it, and he does manage to clear the zone, and that's going to be the end of the period. And we have a penalty coming up, roughing, right at the end of the period. Tadfest got upended, and so that's going to be roughing on whoever did that. And he actually kind of claps his hand in applause because he totally got turned over onto his back. I don't know which UVU player it's going to be, but we did see the call is going to be roughing. But teams go to the locker rooms. Oh, it'll be Keston. So when we return, he'll be spending time in the box. Score is close, 2-1. We will take a short break, and we will be back, folks.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the home
Welcome to Game Day Fun.
anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Sea of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
our names, calling out our names.
Welcome to world-class research.
We'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your
Welcome to the art.
weapons, have no trip. We
Welcome to Real World Experiences.
We can go to that bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Of love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water.
Welcome to new friends.
We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and drive and walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and drive and walk and see.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
Hello! I tell you what, I'm just going to put you on speaker. All right, a little about me. I'm a bit of a phenomenal skier, so I want to take my family on a vacay, which is short for vacation. Hope you don't mind the abbreviations. I'm just short of time today, so I need to sort of hurry things along. Just a few simple questions for you. They call Salt Lake Ski City, but you do ski in the mountains, right? I'm just picturing myself skiing down the sidewalk there next to the shops. Knowing my luck, I'll do one of my big flips and end up in the traffic. So I don't want that to be the case. Look, I've got to go. You're really keeping me here. Although I will say, I'm going to see your Utah Jazz play a basketball game. And I've heard there's a couple of Australians in the team. So here's my question. Are they causing you any trouble? I just had a thought. The average snowfall near Salt Lake is 500 inches. If I was to utilise all of that to build a giant snow person, would that be majestic or a bit scary? Oh, hey, listen, just quietly. I'm a big family guy. You know that, I've told you that. But after a few days with them, I'm going to need a drink. That's legal, right? I hear Utah has the youngest population of any state. So if I was to head down to one of your hot rockin' clubs or a social event, would there be a youth person in there that might be able to explain Snapchat to me? My kids just won't do it. Now, I've heard there's a bit of a Sharks versus Jets rivalry between the skiers and the snowboarders. And if I made that movie, would you watch it? Ooh, when was your last Yeti sighting? Are you getting all this, by the way? I'm assuming you can rewind. The Utah state bird is a California gull. I mean, even you've got to admit that is confusing. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, but still I thought I'd bring it up. Now, your Ski City Super Pass, I take it that's part of the Marvel Universe. If I get that, will people call me the Winter Soldier Man? I really wish you could see this. All right, well, this will be costing me, so I better go. Thanks for everything. Bye.
This is Beth from the Salt Lake Visitor Center calling you back to answer your questions. First off, yes, you can absolutely drink here. We'd prefer if you ski in the mountains, and I'm happy to call you Winter Soldier.
name is Marguerite Van Komen, and I'm a snowbird ski patrolman. My dog's name is Frank. What a good boy, huh? What a good boy you are. I start every morning waking up and having breakfast with the dog, and then we finish every day having dinner together, but everything in the middle changes. We train them using their own instincts, so instead of hunt for dinner, they're hunting for humans. A lot of thought goes into choosing these dogs. Number one, they've got to be able to handle the cold. Number two, they got to be pretty hardy. And three, we're looking for very high drive dogs. The dog that is going to chew your sofa up at home, we want that dog. The people, the mountain at Snowbird, it's just special. And everything you want to do is here in Salt Lake. Get off the plane, grab your gear from the luggage cart, and within 30 to 45 minutes, you're up here and skiing on snow. You know, Salt Lake is super unique. We have 4 full seasons. So you can come up, ski all morning till the snow gets a little too smushy, and then you go and hit 18 at the golf course at the bottom of the mouth, and then you can go out for a wonderful dinner and see theater. It's amazing how much you can fit into your day. And not only do we have everything that you want to do, but we have great people to do it with. Everyone wants to be outdoors, happy, and go and play. Every day is different, and I love that. I love showing up to work and going, what is on the plate today? Snowbird is my family, and Salt Lake is my home, and Frank is a great part of that. My name is Marguerite Van Komen. I'm a snowbird ski patrolman, and I am Salt Lake.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the home
Welcome to game day fun.
anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Sea of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
our names, calling out our names.
Welcome to world-class research.
We'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your
Welcome to the art.
have no trip. We are tough as nails. Come on, this is our land.
Welcome to real world experiences.
We can go to that bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water.
Welcome to new friends.
We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and drive and walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and drive and walk and see.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree sea of broken glass, where the hope
Welcome to Game Day Fun.
anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Sea of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
our names, calling out our names.
Welcome to world-class research.
We'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your
Welcome to the arts.
have no trip. We are tough as nails. Come on, this is our land.
Welcome to Real World Experiences.
We can go to that bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water
Welcome to new
meets the
friends.
sun. We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab and walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and grab and walk and see.
Welcome back, folks. It's do or die time for the Utes now. Third period of play, trailing by 1.
Utah a chance to continue their undefeated.
Yeah, it'd be
Streak,
nice to have a streak because
I
the
guess.
women won tonight and the men's D1 win tonight. So, yeah.
This would be, yeah, actually that'd be huge. All 3 Utah victories in one day. With the, like you said, the women's team, the men's Division 1 team, and the men's Division 2 team
looking
to be the team that
I think you call it a program sweep.
Program sweep is what you'd call that one, and that's very possible. Utah's in this game. They trail by 1 goal, and the Utes and the Wolverines coming off of a 2-game losing streak. So
both teams fighting hard.
One team is going to end that drought tonight.
That's right. One team is going to walk away happy. And Utah's got an excellent chance now because, of course, they start the period on the power play with that after the whistle 2-minute minor on Keston, who's now sitting in the box for a couple minutes.
And that can really cost the Wolverines here. This is a big kill. It's a big juncture of the game.
Kill. Let's see what Utah does with it. So Sola sends a centering pass. Oh, and Connie just can't quite get all of his stick on it. Oh, nice little back pass there by Yumina. Sola drops it to Connie, who skates it in. He's nice save by Ray. Oh, and UVU does manage to clear the puck out of the zone. Yumina gives chase in his own zone. He sends it along up to Whittier.
Player of the game so far tonight, it's got to be Azola. I mean, I've just been loving the way he's been dishing the puck. And, you know, it's not just his ability to fire shots on goal, but like I had mentioned in previous broadcasts, an assist is worth the same amount as a goal. And Azola, I mean, beautiful passing tonight.
And he's that high hockey IQ player. He's always got his head up. He's always looking for opportunities to pass or shoot. Smart player, valuable player, probably underrated a little. I don't think he gets as much notice as the guys with more points.
It's Madej and it's Endy who are, you know, the superstars of this team, you could say. But Azola, he's right there. I mean, he really is one of the better players on this team. He's a playmaker, and he really is he's showing his prowess tonight. I mean, just some of the fancy little plays that you see him making.
And he's another one of our rookies this year. A lot of rookies on this team. Same with the D1 men's, same with
Right.
the D1 women's.
And you know, I'm not quite sure how it works. I would assume that when these teams go for tryouts again next year, that some of these men's 2 players are going to be looked at for the men's 1 team with departures
Yes.
like Alex King.
Yes.
So you never know. Asola, Undy, Madej, you know, if they're coming back to play another year of hockey here at the U, there's a very good chance they might get the call.
Right, and I believe they have the open tryouts for that purpose, as they try to look at all the men together and start doing some sorting, but they have them all play together so they can assess them together.
Absolutely, and that's basically how it happened this year. It was just, you know, a lot of players came out to try out for the U's hockey team, and general manager A.J. Boland's like, wait, scratch his head a little bit. Why not make 2 men's teams? And so that's what we got this year. It's absolutely fantastic. The program is growing, and it just makes you put a smile on your face.
And as you watch these teams play, you realize we have the depth to have 2 quality teams, one D1 and one D2.
And you know what? And like you said, the depth. That's a huge word to use in this circumstance, because both teams are really talented.
Nice wrister by Carpenter, goes wide. Still in, though. He's digging for it, trying to keep it in. He sends it into the corner to Tretiak, and then Mudd picks it up. Nice little foot to blade action, and Ray traps it, holds it. We're going to have a face-off. So didn't really convert the power play.
Ray got a little bit lucky there. That shot hit the inside of his pad and fell directly down to the ice. He knew the puck was underneath him. He didn't know where. If that puck had a little bit more Irish on it, as they say.
Forward momentum, it could have slid in.
It could have slid in or bounced in. He's really lucky that one fell straight down to the ground, or to the ice, I should say, and didn't go in.
And although they did not convert on the power play, very encouraging look here in these opening minutes of this 3rd period. Oh my gosh! How did that not go in?
That's as close as it gets to it not going in right there, the puck along that.
Oh no, and here comes UVU on a 2-on-1. It's Logan Hill. Oh, what a nice play by Whittier to break that one up. They're too busy, amazed by that, how the puck didn't go in.
Ray owes his post there a drink. I mean, wow.
Yeah, he does.
Very much so. Lucky that one, it was flush with the front part of the post and just didn't go in. And hockey's a game of inches, and that's how close this game was to being tied at 2.
And I'm sure Utah would like to have that one back.
Absolutely, but you know, sometimes it comes down to puck luck, and right there, you know.
Oh, and speaking of which, referee gets in the way.
Helps out Utah.
Yeah, keeps the puck in the zone. Thanks there for helping us keep the puck in the zone there. All right, and it finally leaves, and here comes, that's number 16, Trost. He's got a chance, but he runs into 2 Utah defenders, and the puck ends up coming out. Whittier's got it. He sends it ahead deep into the zone, and then he heads off for a change. UVU, ooh, good timing here by whoa, nice save. Good timing here by Fisher, who arrives just in time to send a wrister that O'Donnell managed to trap kind of with his chest in his glove.
So that was a nice glove save by O'Donnell, but one thing that you got to take away from that is he came across his body to make that glove save.
He was going the wrong way.
Yeah, and if you're Utah Valley, I mean, it's late in the game now, but you take note that his blocker side's got to be weak then, right? He's got to use his blocker to make that play. Nonetheless, I mean, he gets his body over there, makes the glove save. Looked really pretty, but, you know, you got to make sure the blocker is just as active as that glove. You don't want to get one-sided.
Yeah, you don't want to have to reach over with your glove to like you said, cover for a weak blocker side.
Because, I mean, UVU, if they're smart right now, and if they're, if their coaches
they shoot for the blocker.
Right, I mean, you're shooting blocker side the rest of the night if you really take note of that situation.
And if you're listening, please don't tell them. For those of you UVU fans listening, and you didn't hear that from us. All right.
There you go.
UVU goes for another shot, and another save by O'Donnell. This time he gloves it, and we're going to have a face-off to his left.
Yeah, O'Donnell.
By the way, we do appreciate all of you who are listening. We welcome all the fans from UVU and Utah because, again, we realize that the coverage can be spotty, especially for these lower-level games. So, we try to make sure we include, I try to check the rosters to make sure I figure out who's who. And, again, thank you so much for watching with us.
And it's really, really fun to put on a high-quality broadcast for, even the men's 2 team, the women's 1 team. It doesn't matter what level of play that's on the ice. It's fun to put together a nice broadcast.
All right, here we go. Utah's got a chance. And oh, my goodness, he runs out of real estate. That was Kurt who just kind of skated himself a little bit too far in, and oh, now here comes UVU with their chance. And that is going to be Devin Wood, I believe, who we haven't seen much of this game, if that's 91.
Utah, not necessarily looking as clean as I would want them to look and as clean as they've looked before, but you could definitely tell there's some urgency involved in the way they're playing so far this period. They're looking a lot better than they did in the second period. They still need to clean some things up here and there, but still not looking too bad.
No, not looking bad. And they're looking actually a little bit more composed than I think in the second period. I was getting a little concerned about the defense breaking down, the plays kind of like not gelling together, but looking a little better this period. So let's hope they keep this up. Connie gets spun around but does keep it in. And then UVU actually clears it all the way out. And I think I accidentally said 91 Devin Wood. I apologize. That was Braden Page wearing 11. My cross eyes saw 1 as a 9. Don't ask me how that happened. And we're going to have a face-off here. It looks like in the UVU zone to the left of the goal. Condi's going to go in there, facing off against Trost. And Utah controls it briefly before Finger picks it up, and then Peterson sends it out. Still unable to clear the zone, though. Utah sends it back in. So Peterson tries to send it the other way, and Utah keeps in. Nice job there by Conti keeping in. Weeder goes and chases after it in the corner. And number 42 for UVU, he sends it up to Trost. And here we go. Now we've got a race here. It looks like it's going to be Page who picks it up in the Utah zone, being trailed by Umina. And Utah clears it out, so Utah tries to start something. Tretiak trying to skate it along the boards. He loses it. Whittier comes and picks it up, gives it to Umina. Umina sends it up to Tretiak. Tretiak sends it into the zone. He and Osola go in there. Osola ends up with it behind the net. Oh, and he tries a nice centering pass, but it gets sticked away. Trost sends it up along the boards, trying to clear it. Hill's right there, but Tretiak comes up with it. He's trying to skate it hard, but he's getting poke-checked all over the place. And oh my gosh, good lead pass for Logan Hill, and here we go. It's a race. Oh, and it goes in.
That's a nice move there by Hill, and he just out-hustled the Utah defense there.
O'Donnell looks upset because his stick got knocked out of his hand, but quite honestly, I don't think that was Hill.
I don't think there's anything there. No, I don't think there's anything there to call a penalty. That's just a frustration for Utah right there, and I think that's a nice clean goal there for
and it's Logan Hill,
Wolverines,
who we always knew was a dangerous scoring potential, and sure enough, he lives up to his billing as being one of the top scorers for UVU.
O'Donnell talking to the referee about the goal. The referee's not really having much of it. I don't think there's much there for him to really converse with, but that's just getting out hustled there for the Utah defense and a little bit of a breakdown on the other end, but that makes it a little bit harder for the Utes to
crunch time
come
for the
back.
Utes now. So
Really
the important thing
time.
now is for them to not lose their cool. It's still only 2 goals. It's still, we still have 13 minutes in the period. Still plenty of time. They just have to remember not to lose their cool. So Fisher coughs it up. Kite sends it up and out of zone. May's got it just inside the blue line. He skates it across into the corner. Whoop, lose the handle on it. He's being challenged by Tomacek behind the net. Fisher goes back to help. Oh, and then 22, Margits tries to get one off, but it bounces off somebody's skate, and here comes Kite. And he's got Stevenson, who one-timers hits 22's stick, Margit's stick, and it ends up in the netting, so we're going to have a face-off in the UVU zone. All right, so in the face-off circle, it's going to be Mudd, and he is up there against Fisher. UVU controls, but then Utah picks it up. Andy's got it. He skates it into the circle. A centering pass, nice centering pass, gets through a bunch of bodies. Kurt takes a whack at it, still loose, ends up behind the net. Kurt digs it up, out to the point. Carpenter one-times it, good thinking by Carpenter, and it bounces off a bunch of bodies, lands in front of Ray, and he jumps on it.
Nice couple of chances there for Utah. The puck luck wasn't on their side, but the way they crashed the net there, I really like that. And the Carpenter, what a slap shot there from the point. Never made to net. It actually hit one of his own players who was trying to fight and get a tip for that
Well, the
cool.
smart play too, because he realizes they all know it's coming in, and so maybe they'll get lucky and it'll bounce off somebody in the goal.
And yeah, I mean, you knew that was a good slap shot. Everything about it, the technique.
It was
and
hard. It was low.
And you heard the pop in his stick. I mean, that was a nice slap shot. Nice saucer-looking thing heading right towards the net, and icing called against Utah Valley.
Yep. So we'll come back over and do it again back in the UVU zone. So Utah just needs to keep up the pressure, keep crashing the net. And I think, I'd made this comment early in the season. This was the trap they fell into before, was not being physical enough to crash the net.
And a bad bounce there.
Ooh, that is a bad bounce.
There's Utah Valley some
Oh,
possession.
nice strip there by Brown. Sends it up to Mudd. And then Brown sends it back up to Mudd along the boards, and Mudd sends it. Oh, nice lead pass there to, who is that over there, way across there? Oh, that was Kurt, but he just out of his reach, couldn't get to it. So now UVU tries to start something, and we've got a penalty. Oh, it's going to be an elbowing call. It happened right in front of us, but it was kind of behind the monitor here, so I don't know who it's going to be on.
Again, looks like it's going to be against Utah.
Sam Mudd going back to the box. So
Which sounds familiar. It sounds like he's been in the box before.
He's been in the box a couple times this game. All right, so this is a critical penalty kill for Utah. They cannot let UVU score and get 3 goals ahead. That's going to be pretty much insurmountable mountain to climb.
Yeah, Samuel Mudd's 3rd penalty of the evening.
All right, and Utah does send it all the way to the other side of the ice. Piper picks it up, sends it up. And they're still cycling, just taking their time. Fingers got it, sends it across to Logan Hill. He crossed the blue line with it, he skates in, and oh my gosh, he gets off a quick wrister. Nice deflection and save by O'Donnell.
Yeah, using the blocker there.
Yep, Fingers sends it all the way across to Piper, who sends it in, but it bounces off the shin guards of Tomacek, and Tomacek just wings it. Nice. He puts enough English on it that it bounces off over Piper's stick and all the way deep. 1 minute, 15 seconds left in the penalty kill for Utah. And now Finger brings it in, tries to send it up. Trost tries to start something, but the play gets broken up and ends up back behind the UVU net, and so Peterson has to skate it around himself. He tries to start something, sends a long pass deep in the Utah zone. O'Donnell comes way out of his net, gets tangled up with Hill, and he has to skate back. Fortunately, he skates back in time. And Utah managed to clear the zone again, which saves us from disaster there. And here comes UVU again, skating up. It's Keston this time. He carries across the blue line. He sends in, nice stick save by O'Donnell, and the puck ends up bouncing on the top of the netting. And O'Donnell tries to make sure that puck doesn't bounce back off into play, and in the process, the net gets moved off its moorings. 33 seconds left in the penalty kill for Utah. UVU still leads Utah by 2 goals, and we're down to 10 minutes, 36 seconds, about halfway through the 3rd period. So this is, I think, Patrick, one of those times where it's important for Utah to just play its game. Just forget the scoreboard.
Right.
Don't look at that. Don't look at the fact that you're behind by 2. Just play your game.
I mean, 2 goals is not a lot to come back from.
No, but mentally you just, don't concentrate on that. Concentrate on scoring.
Right. Don't
put your game together.
Don't concentrate on those post-whistle activities. You don't want to, shoot yourself in the foot more than you already have with, Mudd already being in the box. There's 15 seconds left on that. But play your game, and you never know. The bounces might fall your way eventually if you keep firing those shots on net, which they've been doing all night.
That's right. All right, so Fisher's got it. He sends it out to Peterson. Peterson sends it back to Fisher. Fisher takes a quick slap shot from the circle. O'Donnell's right there, makes a great save. And we'll have a face-off. And the penalty to Mudd is over, so the teams are back to full strength. Have a little post-curricular there. Linesman just steps right in, so nothing comes of it. And looks like Osola's back on the ice there. He's going to take that face-off, which will be just to the right of O'Donnell. And looks like UVU's has its shooting lineup out here for the shift. Oh, and then Kurt picks it up and off he goes. I'm sorry, that's Endy. He skates it in along the boards. He gets ridden off the puck. Logan Hill sends it around deep, but Carpenter's there, send it back in. Osola in there, keep it in. Carpenter keeps it in, sends it across to Endy, who goes with a hard wrist shot that bounces off some bodies, ends up in the corner. And UVU picks it up, and here they come. Sorry, that was Brown. I'm sorry, I called him Endy, but Brown. And he breaks up the play, but oh my goodness, there's 42 all by himself. Nice pad save by O'Donnell, sends the puck into the corner. UVU finally ends up losing the puck out of the zone, and so they've got to come out and start over. Hill sends one in towards the net. And Trouse sends one, but it goes all the way through. Margits tries to sense the puck behind the net, but it gets bounced around the boards there and finally comes loose, and here it goes. Reddick's got a chance. He's got Stevenson with him, and so he sends it across, but he has to get it over the sliding Piper, and so unfortunately, Stevenson's unable to handle the pass. And now here comes number 16, that's Troust. He's being checked by Tomacek. Piper comes in. Peterson comes in, but the puck squirts out, and they are going to have offsides. Eight minutes, 40 seconds left in the game. 2-goal lead that Utah needs to try and surmount. And UVU comes up with the puck. Peterson sends it in deep. And it whistles around the net. Tomacek picks it up behind his own net, sends it out to Tretiak. Stevenson picks it up. He's got clear ice, so he skates it across himself. He tries to skate it in across the circle, and he tries a centering pass, but it hits a skate and comes back out. And Fisher sends it all the way deep to the other direction. O'Donnell plays it for Tomacek, who picks it up behind his net. And here we go. Utah decides to pull their goalie because we have a delayed penalty. But before they're able to get the extra skater on the ice, UVU touches it up. So now Utah's got a prime opportunity scoring chance on a power play against UVU. And it looks like that will be Mr. Finger. Goes in for 2 minutes. I did not see the call. And the referee's not going to give us a hand signal. Oh, darn him, he's being secretive. He actually told the scorekeeper verbally, so we can't tell what it is. So Patrick will look that up for us.
We'll get it up here on the score sheet in just a moment.
All right, so now on the power play, Tretiak wins the draw. And it looks like Carpenter's out there on the point to Kurt. Kurt's skating around. He's looking for someone to pass to. This is good. Utah taking its time. Oh, but then a nice little poke check there. UVU deflects that pass, and so it comes all the way out. Andy's got to skate it in his own zone to regroup and start over. Sends one up to Mudd, who can't quite get a stick on it. More than just a little stick on it. Ends up deep in the back. UVU comes up with it. They're trying to clear it out. Puck's just kind of bouncing around out there. It does finally clear the zone. Kurt and Logan Hill fighting for it along the boards. Ends up dribbling deep into Utah zone. 1:20 left in the penalty against UVU. And here comes Andy again, trying to start something up the middle. He sends it up to Kurt. Kurt goes for it in the corner. He's being trailed by Margits. They're fighting for it in the corner. Big fight in the corner. Puck's still there, and it pops out. And Mudd's got a shot at it. He whacks at it again. He gets 2 whacks at it, and then Ray covers it up. 1 minute left in the penalty. Utah goes for a change. Brings a fresh power play unit on. And it's going to be Toutfest, Osola,
looks like
Conti.
Noah Fingers in there for a delay of game.
Oh, so he must have, when he threw the puck up, it must have gone up and over, and they decided that was delay of game. All right, so fresh power play unit out there, 50 seconds left. And oh my goodness, UVU player loses stick and then tries to drag Conti down. Doesn't work very well, so he goes back to skates by the bench, gets a new stick. Whittier skates it up along the neutral zone. He gets around his defender on the blue line, but then nice little poke check there by Fisher. Osola carries it across the blue line. He skates it through one, past one defender. He goes for the center pass. Oh, and it goes all the way through. Nobody able to put a stick on it. Toutfest goes for it. He goes for a wrist shot. Might as well. Oh, and the Utah's there to try and whack the sticks, pass it around, and it goes in.
Bounced in there for Utah on the power play. That's some puck luck right there. They get a little bit lucky. That's what they need right now. Doesn't matter how you get it. As long as it goes into the net legally, it counts.
And so Toutfest was there to make sure that he was going to take advantage of Lady Luck. So Utah now gets within one on the power play by Toutfest. 6:19 left in the period. But you're right, Patrick. I mean, it was really bouncing all over the place.
Right.
Could have been anybody's puck to win. And here comes Logan Hill. Oh, nice poke check there. Comes loose, and there comes Toutfest again. He's not satisfied with just one. He sends it in deep. Puck wraps around. Brown's there to try and challenge for it. Osola's there trying to dig it out. And they finally send it around the back of the net. Keston sends it out to his teammate. And, oh, nice break up there by Toutfest. He managed to keep the puck in the zone. And now we've got 3-on-2. Oh, centering pass goes all the way through. Brown tries to keep it in, but it gets poked out, and Tomczyk's got to pick it up in neutral zone. It's a one-goal game, folks, with plenty of time left. Still 5 minutes and 40 seconds. That's plenty of time to score a tying goal.
I expect Utah to really make a final push here. That's a big hit. I don't know about that.
That looked like he lost it. That looked like he lost an edge.
It was partial. He was losing an edge, partial, a hit into the boards from Utah, but it's a trip. Oh, my goodness.
And that's not even the right call. Oh, sorry, I didn't say that out loud.
I would have thought that'd be a boarding or something.
Yeah,
right. But
well, the good news is a trip, so that's a 2-minute minor. The bad news is it's a penalty against Utah. I did think that Hill kind of lost an edge, which was part of the reason he went down. But nonetheless, Toutfest was there, so he is now the party to sit in the box for 2 minutes. Again,
I'd be interested to see in just like what the average amount of penalty minutes with both teams combined per game is in the ACHA, because at least from the Utah officiating staff, we see, I mean, it's a normal night to see 15 penalties a game. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, and Toutfest, I will tell you that I watched Toutfest stuff. He racks up a good share of those himself. He's in the box a lot.
Hey, someone's got to lead a team in penalties.
Yeah, right, exactly. I'm pretty sure Toutfest is close to that. He's probably close to being the leader in penalty minutes. All right, so critical penalty kill for Utah. And they're staying nice and wide. They're staying home, as Patrick likes to say. And UVU taking their time, trying to set something up. Peterson goes for a wrister. Nice deflection save there by O'Donnell. Puck ends up in the corner. 1.5 minutes left in the penalty kill. UVU again setting things up, skating around. Orem sends it down to the corner. Fisher looking for an opening, back to Orem. Just kind of hovering out there on that one side, not really skating in. And now here comes the centering pass. Nice save by O'Donnell. Puck ends up behind the net. Fisher managed to pick it up. 1 minute left in the penalty kill. Good spacing here by Utah on this penalty kill. Now we just got to make sure nobody makes a mistake and this defense doesn't break down. Don't get sucked in, folks, boys. All right, here comes Fisher. He tries to skate in. Centering pass. Oh, my goodness. Orem had a wide open net on the near side, and he just couldn't find the handle of the puck. And Utah clears the puck all the way into the other zone, as they're supposed to. Plus, it gives them a chance for a much-needed line change. 39 seconds left in the penalty. And here comes UVU trying to start something. Keston carries it across the neutral zone, across the blue line. He's looking for somebody, but he wraps it around the back of the net. And it goes to Hill in the corner, tries to send it back, but poke checked away by Utah. And here comes Utah. Whoops. I take that back. Here comes Proust. Keston. 13 seconds left in the penalty. And, oh, just as I was saying, 13 seconds left. Trost pokes it in. Number 16, Trost pokes it in. I believe it's Trost, or was that Keston? I mean, was that Hill? I guess it must be Hill.
I think it was Hill.
It was Hill.
That'll be a second goal of the night.
So that'll be a second goal of the night.
That's just a plain and dry power play goal. You got one extra man on the ice. You set up the perfect shot. And
no, UVU had it set up all the way.
I mean, that was a really pretty goal from UVU, and that
was no cheap goal by UVU.
That might put this game on ice.
Yeah, that might have put this game away. We only have 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the period, and of course, back to 5-on-5. But a two-goal difference is a lot in just 3.5 minutes. All right, so Utah, here we go. Here comes, I believe that's Andy. No, sorry, it's Kurt. Crossing the line behind the net. He's looking for Andy and gets picked off. Puck gets picked off by UVU, and here they come. They're starting something across the blue line. And he tries a centering pass, hits the skate, and then Peterson goes for a one-timer that goes wide. Piper's got it in the point. He sends in a wrist shot, and O'Donnell just gloves it because he's got a UVU guy right in front of him. 3 minutes left in the game. UVU leading Utah 4-2.
And so the answer to that question, Jack Umina leads the Skate Utes in penalty minutes. Tautfest not too far behind. So 80 for Jack, and then Austin's got 67. And then the next player after that has 34, so they rack them up.
Yeah. Well, Tautfest has I believe he has a couple of majors, so that really adds up those penalty minutes quickly.
Oh, yeah, that'll really add up.
All right, so we got something going on here, a little post-whistle action.
I mean, these two teams might see each other this week in the Utah Cup.
Right, the Utah Cup's coming up.
So Utah might be able to get a second crack at UVU, but we'll see how the tournament's set up.
And really, I mean, we've seen these games, they're pretty evenly matched.
Right.
And I think what's again telling this evening is both teams are kind of missing a couple of their key scoring players, their key players.
Yeah, Utah really wants to get some of those guys back.
That's right. I think what would be good here right now is what Utah needs to do is they need to score one more goal and not let this end in a 2-goal difference. Oh my goodness. A whole bunch of traffic in front of O'Donnell, and he makes the save. Well, he makes a save and the puck goes out of play, so we're gonna have a face-off. And UVU decides this is a good time for a line change. I think Utah's gonna keep the same line. Oh no, they did go for a change as well. Down to 2.5 minutes left in the game. And it looks like in the circle for Utah's, oh, what's going on? He's asking for, that's Conti is in the circle, and he's facing Trost. UVU ends up controlling the puck, and then little wrister ends up going off of the stick of Osola and ends up out of play. So we're just gonna have a do-over. Same circle, same line. Oh, and it looks like Utah did actually call a timeout. So Utah's calling a timeout. What do you think? You think they're actually going to try and pull the goalie? It seems like with a 2-goal lead, I'm not sure if this is the time to do that.
2-goal lead, it's not uncommon to pull your goaltender. I think Utah, I mean, obviously you don't want to give up on a game until the final horn sounds. So you might see Utah pull O'Donnell, but at this point, as a team, they feel probably pretty deflated. And that's what Nick Fornelius is saying to his boys right now. He's saying, like, guys, this is a two-goal deficit. Crazier things have happened. This is hockey, 2 bounces, the game's tied. And so by any means, Utah is not out of this game. It definitely, after that Utah Valley goal, looks very unlikely that they might come back. But really, if you're Nick, you're just showing up a play and saying, hey, this is what we got to do. Stay out of the box. Give ourselves a chance. Don't shoot ourselves in the foot. And you never know. Puck luck helped them out once this game. You never know. It could happen again.
And really, I mean, I think if Utah can score a goal in this last 2 minutes and 22 seconds, that is going to be huge. To kind of have the last word in the game is to get that one more goal in. So here we go.
And just something I wanted to point out, Ezekiel Endy, he's averaging 1.5 points per game. That is unbelievable.
I know. And the thing is, he has been held without. I don't think he's had a goal tonight. Correct?
Let's take a look at the score sheet.
I don't think he has any points tonight, which is rare. But again, like I said, he's missing his two line mates. All right, fighting for the puck in the corner, and it's a mad scramble, and finally Utah comes up with it. That looks like Indy, speaking of Indy. He's fighting for it, but he gets tied up back there. Conti comes in to help. Trost tries to dig it out, and finally the puck ends up in the corner again. And we're tied up again in the corner. And Logan Hill comes out with it. He tries for a backhand. Puck is bouncing around the crease. Everybody's poking at it, shoving at it. O'Donnell's down on his face trying to cover up the puck. Then we have a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. Not too surprising when there's a jam up in the crease. So what are Indy's numbers for the evening?
Andy does not. He's not on the score sheet tonight.
He's gotten skunked tonight.
Yeah, he's not showed up on the score sheet.
And we've said it over and over again. Hockey's a team sport.
Right.
And nothing shows it like Indy, who can score. I mean, the kid's got skills, but he can't do it by himself.
And then also worth noting, Nick Modé, he averages a 1.3 points per game, which is
absolutely.
Which is, I mean, hey, if you want to talk about stats, I mean, Utah could be missing a goal tonight because they're missing Modé.
Absolutely.
And that's just they're one of their best players. Statistically, their second best player is not in the lineup tonight.
All right, so Mudd goes down in a pile, and he goes down with Trost. He loses a stick. And we're winding down to the last minute and a half. Here we go. Here comes Utah. Andy tries to carry it across. Gets sent in deep. Whittier goes in to dig it in, sends it around the corner. Mudd's in the corner there fighting for the puck. Oh, and the puck almost pops out, but it hits somebody, comes back in. Olson's got a chance now. He's got it along the boards. He's fighting hard with 42, and the puck ends up by their feet. And oh boy, here comes Logan Hill with a chance at an empty netter because we pulled our goalie. Logan saw that empty net, and I believe that is his third this evening. Hat trick for Logan Hill.
That is a hat trick for Logan Hill. I remember there was one point in this game when we said, oh, wow, Logan Hill hasn't scored a goal yet. And,
my bad, everyone. I jinxed us. I am so sorry. I never should have said anything. But indeed, Logan Hill scores his third goal of the game, an empty netter. Minute left. I'm sure now O'Donnell's just going to come back into the net. Yep, he's back. Oh.
And so that will officially end things.
Now we've got a little discussion here.
I don't know if I was hearing anything, but I thought I heard a whistle before that puck went in the goal, but that might be what Azola's talking about. I'm not really sure what he is talking about. I could be hearing things, but I thought I heard a whistle before that puck went in the goal. But Utah coaching staff doesn't look too animated. It just looks like it's Asola, excuse me, and that's yeah, he just whatever it is, he's not too happy about. He'll report back to the coaching staff when he gets back to the bench. But
yep, there he goes.
Got a minute to go, and UVU is
pretty much put this one to bed, I'm afraid. Down to the last minute. Kesson sends it in right on goal, and O'Donnell has to actually make a save on that one. 52 seconds left. Boy, this one's going to leave kind of a bad taste, I think, in Utah's mouth. I think they had victory within their reach, and a couple of unlucky bounces, a couple of kind of, let's say, ill-timed penalties cost Utah.
I mean, the 2-goal ahead goal for UVU came off of that penalty that happened in the corner that could have gone either way that I was saying, where that player slipped, but yeah.
Whittier with a chance. He slides across the line. And boy, that was a nice wrister. And boy, Ray just barely managed to keep that out of the goal. Stevens comes up with it. He skates behind the net. Oh, and then he loses the puck.
And he might have just drawn a tripping penalty against UVU or a cross check.
With 25 seconds left, UVU is going to end up with Peterson's going to go to the box. And so Utah's going to have an advantage for 25.8 seconds. Let's see if they can convert in just under half a minute.
Peterson doesn't look too upset with the call. Just gonna.
At this point, I think Peterson just knows, hey man, we're winning.
Yeah, he knows what's gonna happen.
All right, Carpenter. We know Carpenter's got a good wrist shot. The puck's bouncing around. Connie's unable to get it in. Osola tries to center it, but it gets deflected. Carpenter, one more shot. Osola got it in the corner. Running out of time. He needs to set up in a hurry.
8 seconds to go. I'm not sure if he knows that.
Hopefully he does. Oh, and he tries a centering pass. That was not a particularly smart move. And Orem has it. And oh my goodness, there's a water bottle.
Yeah, O'Donnell threw it back towards the bench. He didn't think he'd see any more action. But at the end of the night, that will be a win for Utah Valley as they head back home to
And
Utah
linesmen
Valley.
are like stepping right in there. It's like, you guys stay on your side of the ice. UVU is going to be on their side of the ice. And when the whistle sounds, the buzzer sounds, it is UVU beating Utah 5-2. And folks, thank you again for joining us this evening. Not the outcome we wanted, but I think a well-played game, except probably those last part of the third period is when Utah started to fall apart. But UVU earned every point they got as well. We will be back.
Well-fought game by both sides. Definitely, as you said, Anita, I think the best way to put this game for University of Utah is it's going to leave a really sour taste in their mouth. That's a game they could have won, and it just ended up not going their way, and they're very frustrated. You saw a couple of Utes actually skate off before the handshake. And
oh dear!
Frustration, and Nick Fornelius, he will make sure those two players.
He's not going to let that one slide.
No, he's not going to let that
Nick
slide
is
at
an
all.
upstanding, upright guy.
So that's not going to be something that he'll tolerate much longer. He saw him go off too, so they'll probably get a little bit of a chat in the locker room. But yeah, University of Utah not too happy about this result.
So congratulations to UVU, and again, thank you for joining us. Don't forget, we will be back next weekend with women's D1 and men's D1 action.
Correct.
And,
yep. Our next telecast will be next Friday at 4:30 p.m. The University of Utah women's team taking on Colorado State, I believe, and it'll be quite the game to watch. Got telecast for the women's team. We got telecast for the men's team next weekend as well against Grand Canyon University.
And so for me, Anita Tsuchiya, and my partner Patrick Meehan, thank you. Please have a good evening, and we'll see you in about a week.